Hello everyone. So in today's class, we are going to learn Fitstone bridge, which is very important for IP point of view. They are asking as a LAQ before in yesterday's class, whatever we have learned that two laws, and this you will get 8 marks. Understand? Yesterday's Kirchhoff's laws and this Fitstone bridge combined, you will get 8 marks in IPE. So let's start this Fitstone bridge. Fitstone bridge. So let me draw a diagram first of this Fitstone bridge. So how to draw the diagram? First I am selecting like this opposite points. Can you see? So that you will get perfect bridge. Like this we will draw the diagram. This is supply voltage. Here is galvanometer. These are the resistors P, Q, R and S. Now this is a current, total current is flowing through this circuit. Suppose now at this point I am giving name A, this one is point B, this is C and this is D. So at this point, whatever this total current is coming from this point, it is getting divided into two parts or two ways. Let us suppose this is I1 and current through this is I2. Now again at this point, it is dividing here. So as this is galvanometer, so I am writing here as a IG. This is galvanometer current, and here I am taking it as a I3, and this current I am taking as I4. Okay, and this is current I, which is coming out again total to this point. Okay, so what is there in the diagram? See here, you are having four resistors P, Q, R, S, one galvanometer, one battery. So what we have connected here, you can see Resistors P comma Q comma R S and galvanometer. Resistors PQRS and galvanometer connected across battery of EMF capital E as shown in figure. Okay, what we have used here in this diagram? We have 4 resistors, 1 galvanometer and 1 battery. If key you want, you can use, otherwise no necessary. Next, A, comma B, comma C, comma D are junctions in a circuit. Okay, so what are the A, B, C, D are the junctions. Now see here, at point B or at junction B, we can say at junction B. At junction B, what I am doing, see, incoming current is equal to outgoing current. Applying Kirchhoff's junction law, KGL. KGL means what? Kirchhoff's junction law. Or if you want, you can write from points law also. Applying or from first law, from first law, what is the junction or sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents. Sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents. Sum of incoming currents is what? I1 is coming. So here it is I1 is equal to sum of outgoing current I3 and IG. So therefore here what you are getting, IG plus I3. Okay. So what we are getting, first equation, I1 is equal to IG plus I3. You can keep it in a box and call it as equation number 1. Is that clear? Understood? What I did see at junction B, you can see here how many currents are coming towards the junction. Only one current is coming towards the junction, that is I1. Yes, this one. And how many are leaving? This IG and I3 are leaving the junction. Therefore, I1 is equal to IG plus I3. Is that clear? This is your first law. Next. Now at junction D, we can see. Now I am writing direct. At the junction D, what we are getting, see, how many currents are coming here? I2 and IG are coming, I4 is going. So therefore here I am getting I2 plus IG is equal to I4. So this is what your equation number 2, right? This is your equation number 2. Understand? See here at this junction D. This is the junction D. Can you see here how many currents are coming? This one is coming towards. This one is, can you see here? This is coming. These two currents are coming. This is leaving. That's why Ig and I2 plus is equal to I4. Therefore, I have written like this here. Okay. Next, applying Kirchhoff's voltage law for loop ABDA. ABDA. Which loop I am taking? ABDA. So see here, when I am taking this loop ABDA, you can see here, roughly I am showing you. So this is your loop I am taking like this. This is loop 1, we can say. So for loop ABDA, see in the direction of current minus I1P, then again in the direction of current minus IGG, then again opposite direction of current, so therefore plus I2Q is equal to 0. Understand? One more time. You should know Kirchhoff's laws. See here, A B loop क्या है? A B D A. A B D A. A to B you are going. A to B you are going. A to B means what? I1 into P, but in the direction of current, therefore minus I1. Next you are going from B to D, again in the direction of current. In the direction of current, again minus Ig into G plus. Now at this point D to A you are going, current is A to D and you are going from D to A, therefore opposite direction, that's why plus I to Q is equal to 0. Same equation I am writing here. So what we got? Equation minus I1P minus IGG plus I2Q is equal to 0. Call this equation number 3. Call this equation number 3. Understand? Next, see now again for loop. Why I am writing here? Because so that you will understand this. Now again I am taking this loop. Which one? BCDB. For loop BCDB, you can see B to C you are going in the direction of current minus I3R. C to D, opposite direction of current, plus I4 into S. Again opposite direction of current, plus IGG is equal to 0. So therefore you are getting here, again applying KVL for loop BCDB. What is that? BCDB. See here, B to C. What you are getting? Minus I3R minus I3R plus I4S plus IGG plus I4S plus IGG is equal to 0. Call this equation number 4. Is that clear? In the direction of current, IR has negative sign. Opposite to the direction of current, IR has positive sign. In the direction of current, IR has negative sign, opposite to the direction of current. IR has positive sign. This is what rule which we have used here. That is Kirchhoff's laws. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 equations, right? Now see here. If now this bridge should balance, means what? So I'm writing here, applying bridge balance condition. Applying bridge balance condition. What is that bridge balance condition? That is, Ig should be equal to 0. Therefore, equation 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma and 4 becomes, what we have to do? Bridge balance condition applying means what? If this bridge we have to balance, this current B to D current, that is Ig current, should be equal to 0. And if we are substituting Ig is equal to 0, what we are getting? Equation 1, 2 and 3. Let's see. See here, equation 1 we are having I1 is equal to Ig plus I3. If I am substituting here, then equation 1 becomes like this. I1 is equal to I3. Can you see here? This Ig will become 0. If this Ig is 0, I1 is equal to I3. Call this equation number 5. Okay. Next, equation number 2 becomes, equation number 2 is what? I2 plus Ig is equal to I4. Therefore, here you are getting I2 is equal to I4. Call this equation number 6. Now here you substitute Ig is equal to 0. So equation 3, what it becomes? See here. You substitute here Ig is equal to 0. This is 0. So minus I1P plus I2Q is equal to 0. Yes or not? I will write it again. See here. This minus, because this Ig is becoming 0, so this term will become 0, minus I1P plus I2Q is equal to 0. Therefore, if I will transfer this term this side, what I am getting? I1P is equal to I2Q. Hai? Yes, if you want one more step, you do like this, minus I1P is equal to minus I2Q, and then minus minus you cancel, you will get I1P is equal to I2Q. Call this equation number 7. Next जो है equation number 4, this equation number 4 becomes, this is 0. So you are getting I3R plus I4, yes, this is minus, hai na? So minus I3R. Minus I3R plus I4, is equal to 0. And therefore here I3R is equal to minus I3R is equal to minus I4, when I am transferring this term here. So this minus and this minus again get cancels. And what you are getting here, I3R is equal to I4, and call this equation number 8. Call this equation number 8. Yes. Is that clear? Nothing. What we did, where there is Ig, you substitute there 0 and you will get this equation. So let's move ahead now. Next is what? See, dividing equations, dividing dividing equation 7 and 8. What is equation 7 here? I1P is equal to I2Q divided by this. So I1P divided by this I3R is equal to I2Q by I4. Yes, I2Q divided by I4. Yes, but we know, but I1 is equal to I3 and I2 is equal to I4 from equation which you can see 5 and 6. है ना? Which equation? 5 and 6. Equation 5 and 6. Therefore, can I substitute at the place of I1 as I3? So here I am substituting. Therefore, I3P divided by I3R is equal to I4Q divided by I4. Yes, and then this I4 and this I4, this I3 will get cancelled, and what we are getting, P by R is equal to Q by S. If I am transferring this Q here and this R here, then we are getting P by Q is equal to R by S. This is what the bridge balance condition. Understand? Is that clear? So note down. So this is your slide number 1. Draw the diagram, and this you just write down below the diagram for your understanding, but actual content is this. So note down, pause the video, note down this first slide. Yes, next, this is the second slide. Pause the video and note down. And this is your third slide, note down. Okay, next. Let's see what are its applications. What are the applications of this Wheatstone bridge? Applications. Number 1, we can compare unknown resistance R and S from which relation? P by Q is equal to R by S. So out of these 4, any 3 is given. You can find out 4th value also. This is your first application. Second application. Suppose in case of capacitors, in case of capacitors, it means what? Suppose at the place of resistors, we have capacitors. I'm showing you diagram here, just to see, very small diagram I'm showing. Okay. Just at the place of resistors, you have to connect capacitors. Then in case of these capacitors, how you will balance the bridge? Let's see here. This is the potential which we have supplied. If like this thing is there, then C1 by C2 is equal to C3 by C4. Is that clear? Next point, if P is equal to Q is equal to R is equal to S, then bridge has maximum sensitivity. Bridge has maximum sensitivity. And last one, equivalent resistance of this bridge. Equivalent resistance. How to find equivalent resistance? When bridge is balanced, if you will see in the first diagram, this Ig is equal to 0. It means what? P and this R is in series. है ना? And then these two are in series. So P plus R is in parallel with Q plus S. So therefore you are getting here P plus R is in parallel with Q plus S. Okay, P plus R is in parallel with Q plus S. So that implies R equivalent is equal to R1 R2 by R plus R2. So P plus R into R1 R2. So this is Q plus S divided by P plus R plus Q plus S. You know, when two resistors are in parallel, what you are using? R equivalent formula, you know, R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Here R1 is what? This is your R1. And what is this R2? This one. Understand? This is just for your understanding. Is that clear? So just you find out this, you will get the total resistance of that bridge. Is that clear? And this one is short circuited or galvanometer shows zero resistance, then only it is possible. Note down. Okay, finished. Next. One more note point we can say. Equivalent resistance using bridge balance condition. Equivalent resistance using bridge balance condition. So let's see the problem so that you will understand what type of questions you are getting on this Wheatstone bridge. So they are giving like this bridge. Okay. And now this is the first resistor. Then this one is the second resistor. This one is third. This one is fourth. And here in between also they are giving some resistor value. Like this network they are giving. This is 2 ohm. This is 4 ohm. This is 8 ohm. And this is 16 ohm. And this is 3 ohm. So this point is A and this point is B. Now see here what to do and how to find the resistance. So in the problem they are asking you find out RAB is equal to question mark. That is the resistance between this point A and B. See here how to solve this. You see if you will apply bridge balance condition, we know if this is short circuit, because here if P by Q is equal to R by S, that is P by Q means this 2 by 4 is equal to 8 by 16. So I will write like this. If P by Q is equal to R by S, it means Ig is equal to 0. Enough. So therefore here this is 2 by 4 is equal to 8 by 16, isn't it? This is also 1 by 2 and here also 1 by 2. Therefore, if I am giving here C and D points, CD CD is not there, है ना? Yes or not? CD is not there. CD is behave as a, or current will not flow through the CD branch. I will write like this. Current will not flow through CD, and therefore this 2 ohm plus 8 ohm is in parallel with this 4 ohm plus 16 ohm. 4 ohm plus 16 ohm. So this is how much? 10 ohm is in parallel with 20 ohm. So now R equivalent is equal to how much you are getting? 10 into 20 divided by 10 plus 20. So this is how much? 200 by 30. So R equivalent, how much you are getting? 20 by 3. 20 by 3. This is what your R equivalent in this case. Is that clear? So which is equal to how much? 6.66 ohm. So R equivalent in this case is 6.67 ohm. Is that clear? So like this also they are asking you bridge balance condition and then which branch you have to cut, that you have to decide by applying the bridge balance condition. If this is equal to this, then current will not flow through the CD branch, and that's why this is an open circuit, so this is not there. Then this and this current will directly flow like this, okay, and one current will flow directly like this. So through this branch there is no current. Understand? Therefore this 2 ohm and 8 ohm are in series, 4 ohm and 16 ohm are also in series, and both branches are in parallel. Therefore we are getting like this. Okay, is that clear? Understood? Note down. Okay, understand? Okay. Okay, so let's stop here for today. Bye.